Let's start. A very good
Yeah.
morning to everybody present. Starting with my own introduction, I am Preet Kaur and I am a personality development trainer and a relationship counselor as well. And we have gathered here for a very interesting webinar on an amazing topic, which is career and business development. And I would like to introduce Mr. Sadiq Ahmed Khan, who is the founder of Open Minds Edu Solutions, working relentlessly to make quality education available and affordable to all the students. And Open Minds, I would just introduce the app as well. And Open Minds is into e-learning, and the mobile app is available in Google Play Store, which provides mathematics for class 8th, 9th, and 10th. And Khizer Technologies is a proud partner of Open Minds application. So I would like to start with the session, and over to you, Mr. Sadiq.
Yeah. So I was told that we are talking about career counseling today and business development. So possibly I will start the talk a little bit. And as I would like you guys to have your inputs, then possibly we'll have a little discussion as we go ahead at different streams. Okay. So I would not make it a lengthy talk, but yes, of course, let's start with this. The first topic I would like to talk is career basically. So, in fact, when we say career, so what comes to my mind is either I have to use one of the professional courses, or we have to look for the industry, what is doing good, and we need to train ourselves into that, and somewhere we reach into that levels. So that's how the whole idea of career is told to us in the schools, or maybe into a lot of organizations or training institutes and stuff like that, or especially the parents who talk about career. So maybe relatives, people, friends, XYZ. This is what we talk about career. But if we see career as a whole, as a concept, uh, anyone's career should be how this person would resonate with his own skills, his own abilities, his own uh, kind of a job which he can do for the rest of the life without feeling the pain of work. He should enjoy the work, and that's how exactly career should be. And anyone should uh, find out his own potential skills and what it feels to keep working without money for the rest of the life. So if that becomes a career, we can have every single human being on earth being legendary into his work, and the world would evolve into an amazing thing. Now, why I'm talking about this is most of us would not even understand what we're choosing as career is something we just do it because we are supposed to do it, or we have to do it, or we're told to do it, and we really push hard, and that's why the trainers come in, the motivators come in, because we're doing something which we don't want to, or we're doing it something because we have to. Possibly we have to because we have to pay bills, we have to make money, we have to exist in the society, we have to answer the society. So I think 99% times people don't know why they chose something as a career, but they were put into it and they're supposed to do it. The first example is you go to school and we actually don't know why we went to school. Ayman, do you know why you went to school?
Good question, sir. Why did I go to school?
See, I
I
think you
went
were
to
just
school
like,
to have a
mhm.
proper education, and I think to learn a lot of stuff that we do not actually get to learn at home. And
Yeah. See, again, this is exactly what it is. We were put to school without our choice. No one asked me why I went to school in my nursery. I was like 5 years, 4 years old. And possibly till I was in eighth standard, I don't even know why I wrote exams. I don't know. Maybe the 12th, and after you got into engineering or your professional courses, even then we are just having fun. We don't know why we actually into it. and we are all put into it to have a career, whatever career. But the basic things are to learn basic ideas of schooling and discipline and all those things. So we don't even know why we actually started a path of, let's say, almost 16 years, where at least we just cleared your 10th grade, right? Or maybe we lived half the life, let's say 23 years, and we actually don't know why we did that. So then we start about career. Okay, I finished my education. I need to look for my career. So we're looking about a career after half of the life is done. And the most interesting part, most learning, highly effective learning time of your life is like the first 25 years. We we did that without knowing why we did it, and without a choice. No one asked me why I did that. No one even told me why I should do that. So now this is why this question again is, even if you start after 25, even people who are listening to it now, we're discussing about it now. So whenever we start in life, it's okay, but you should start with an idea of where you're going. So most of the Indians, or maybe a lot of people in the world, they don't know why they spend their first 25 years of life. We actually don't know. So then we think about career. And that is what, again, is a question that is my career for making money? Is my career to exist in the society? Is my career to pay my bills? Is my career to uh, just because I have to do things which is society is telling us? Are you guys there?
Go ahead, sir. You're perfectly audible, sir.
Yeah, good. So on that note, Khizer, and all of you listening, this is the very interesting concept to even understand what is career to us. First question is that. So the good example is, if I have to go to, let's say I have to go to Delhi, then I should know that Delhi is my point B and point A is Bangalore, and I need to leave this place and start walking towards it. So what if I don't know what is my career? Where am I walking is a question. So I train myself into everything which comes along. I train myself into the studies, the curriculum, the skills, the talking skills, and so many skills. And I learn them because that would add value to my career sometime, which I don't know what my career is. So that's a very interesting question. I mean, a lot of youth today is so much lost, and there's so much of depression into the working class of people, possibly the corporates, or be it call centers, be it any profession for that sake. A lot of people are messed up. They don't know why they're working, but they keep working. And after a point of time, they're into a cycle that they have to work. If they don't work, they will all can't pay their bills, and they'll be rejected through a social structure. So now the whole humanity is under stress because of this, and that's why there's a lot of unhappy work ethics happening, and we need motivators. They keep shifting jobs, and that's why the efficiency is not high. They take breaks, they fall sick, they need a lot of entertainment, they need a lot of deviation from the work because work is not good. You can understand this by telling that Mondays are not liked, weekends are loved. A weekend is like a festival for everyone because I have a holiday. And Mondays and Tuesdays are a very hectic time because everyone runs away from that. So this whole idea in the society, this whole narrative that weekends are like festivals, Saturday nights, Friday nights are the best time in life. You know, the whole idea says that they don't like the job. You put me onto a job for what I'm doing, I would not take a leave because I even work on Sunday. I would not take a leave for 2 years time because I'm doing something which I just love. So what if your profession is to party every day? I mean, you would party hard and you would not get bored of it because you paid for partying because you like partying. So like that, Einstein was there. He used to not come out of his lab for let's say 15 days. He's not even to take bath. He used to sleep out there only. So he never wanted a holiday or he didn't want a weekend, actually speaking. So these are the people who were there with their work. Like you have to say now, Shah Rukh Khan works for 18 hours a day. He's a rich guy, but still he wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning and he keeps working 18 hours a day. He doesn't need a holiday because his work itself is so amazing. That's what I call a career. Now, for that, today's topic is an amazing thing. Wherever, whichever stage of life you are, possibly, whichever stage of life. If I have to give another example, you all know KFC, right? The chicken thing. So he started his business at the age of 65, where he tried all the other careers. He went to Navy. Uh, he worked in so many places. Worked like in so many places. At the end of that, when he was retired, he came out of all his professions. He was not successful. His family left him. He was alone. He was old. But then he thought, okay, what am I good at? Then from his young age, he was really good at making chicken, which he knew. Okay, he always wanted to start something in his skill, what he loved, making chicken with that recipe. At the age of 65, he decided, okay, now I'm done. Everything is done. I don't have any social structure. I don't have a family. I don't have to prove anyone anything. Let me do one thing. Let me do what I like. He started his business at 65 with the little money he had, and he made a fortune out of it. In the next 20 years, he made amazing business, and he made that brand to be a world-class brand. What if he started that thing at the age of let's say 20, when he knew how to make chicken at that point? He would have ruled, he would have lived his life, he would have enjoyed his life, but he actually suffered for 65 years. Then at least he had the courage to start at 65. And how many of us have a courage to even start something at the age of 35, 40? We give up. We say, okay, life is done. Right now, I've done my education. This is my career. I'm good at this, and I can't do anything else. And we just sacrifice the whole life based on what career we chose or what career was imposed on us and what we thought is our career or what is good in the society. You become a doctor, you're done. But maybe you don't have the doctor thing in you. Just want to make money, and being a doctor is good money. But you were supposed to be a businessman. So we don't know what exactly career is. So it's to add on to conclude the topic on the first phase of this, because I will talk on it anyway. The first thing to decide is the point A, which we are today, whichever state, whoever is listening to me, maybe kids or maybe professionals, maybe whoever it is. Point A is right now. Today, what I am, what are my skill sets, and where I stand, what are my expenses, what are my dependents, who are my dependents, what is that I have to do, or what is that I have right now, and how much life I have in my hands to do something. And the point B is, what is that I enjoy doing, or what is that I am the best, or I can become the best, what I can do. And while doing that, I don't need weekends. I don't need a holiday. I can work for, like, say, 20 hours a day, and I don't get tired. And I sleep and I get up. I have again the whole idea of, okay, I need to do this because I need to do this. So that can be the point B. And for that, of course, we need to see a lot of things around us. It's not always something which pays the best. No, it is not. To make you understand this, the best example is there are even barbers, who just cut hair, but they charge like $5,000 for a haircut because they're the best. So barbers are making much more money than software engineers sometimes, because they can have like 10 cuts a day. They make $50,000, and the software engineers are working for $30,000 a month, 10 hours login. So look at the difference. Even if you are an amazing barber, I'm not degrading the profession, but I'm just telling you, if you love doing what you do, people would look for you. They come. And there are like thousands of professions like this, where you can be a legendary person. That is what I call a career as. That is what is a career where you can, with time, become a legend into it. Or people would want to solve their problems in that particular industry. And where you resonate, how you feel, and what you should work without a holiday. Now, to add on, trust me, all you guys, everything is possible. It's not that someone really made big and we can't do it. Okay? So this I want to add on, because most of the people, when I tell like this, they say, no, it's not too late. Now, everyone cannot be Shah Rukh Khan, everyone cannot be Elon Musk, everyone cannot be Bill Gates. We don't have opportunities. How can everyone become legends? It's not possible. We have to be working. Now, all these things I do understand 99% time people fail into their careers or what they love is because they never started it. They thought, okay, I can't do this. So it means they just lost. And the people who started it, they took maybe 10 years or 15 years. So KFC guy he started at 65, but he started. So the secret is again the same thing. When you know the point A and you know the point B, how do you go to point B? The first step is to leave point A and start walking towards point B. You cannot just disappear from point A and in the morning you find yourself in point B. Oh, I'm successful. It doesn't happen like that. So most of the people do not have the courage to start from point A itself, and they get into the cycle of life and they think that is a career, and that's why they need breaks. That's why they need entertainment. That's why they need a lot of things just to keep themselves pushing. Now we need to first decide what is point A and point B. To reach point B, we should start walking towards that any point of time, any time in life. It's okay. Be it like you have like last 10 years to live, if you knew that. Even then it is worth to travel, reach there, live like even if you live a month's time into a success zone, I think that's enough. That would life would be for me as a career. That's what I define it as. Maybe it is a very philosophical way of telling, but this is exactly how all the people who made it did. And the rest of the people who are still struggling to understand and who needs motivations and all those things to work are the people who didn't even think about this. Okay, so I would stop my talk here right now. I would like to have more questions based on what I spoke and what are the possibilities, why some people can actually do it, some people cannot do it. I will answer all the questions. I want you guys to ask me more questions connected to this, possibilities and non possibilities. Okay, so Khizer, you can take over. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sadik, and it was a wonderful explanation, I would say, and you have rightly pointed out that analyzing yourself in the present times and moving forward with that, moving accordingly, is the best approach for any sort of development. And when we talk about specifically about career, so very
Mm-hmm.
rightly said. Thank you so much. And
Yes.
I would now like to introduce Mr. Khizer
There might be some network issue with our moderator, Amanpreet Kaur. So this is Khizer Ahmed, Director of
Ahmed,
Technologies Private Limited.
the
So I,
Technologies Private Limited, and very passionate about development and strives to
yeah, in fact, there is some kind of issue with Amanpreet Kaur. She has some network issue. So this is Khizer Ahmed, Director of Khizer Technologies Private Limited. I'll be speaking on how to develop your business. In fact, I'll be giving you people some tips how to develop your business. So let me start off with my first point. You have to get to know your customers. Keep this in mind. You should know your customers. Understand your customer needs and develop products and services that meet those needs. You can gain insights from them into your customers by personalizing your services and encouraging them to provide you with feedback from them. So offer great customer service. What is offer great customer service? Everybody tells I give the best service, I give the good service, customers will come back to me. So you have to ensure your customer service is exceptional and go the extra mile when you can. Your customers will not only remember your great service which you have given to them, they will also be more likely to refer other people to you. This mouth to mouth happens. This works out. My personal experience. Let me go to my third point. Nurture existing customers and looks for new opportunities. See, you should build up some strategies in place to nurture existing customers, such as staying in contact with them through e-newsletter, through emails, or letting them know about your promotional events ahead of time. Inform them everything, whatever your company, your business is going to do about. At the same time, look for opportunities to get more work and build your customer base. Make sure you find the right balance between nurturing customers and finding new customers. There is total difference in between this. Okay, let me go to the fourth tip which I am giving you people. Use the social media. Nowadays, social media is a powerful tool to promote your business to potential customers and gain valuable insights through social listening. Through social listening, you can find out what customers are saying about you. You will get their feedback. You can gain insights into their behavior, identify keywords and trends that appeal to your target marketing, and so improve your customer service also. So, social media can help you to build your business profile and attract new customers. Let me go to my fifth point, attending network events. So, networking is very important in running a business. Invest time to build your networks. It is not what you know, but who you know. That is the main thing. Networking allows you to build relationships with other people and encourage them to refer customers to you through word of mouth. Mouth to mouth happens, as I told you before also. So let me give you one more tip, which is most important tip. Host events. Hosting your own company event can be a great way to get to know your customers and build relationships. Invite some of your best existing customers and encourage those customers to get their friends with them. So this will also help you out in building up your business. Give back to your community. What is give back to your community? Building brand awareness is your in your local community is a very great way to attract new businesses. Consider sponsorship or participating in a community event to raise your business profile also. I'll not take more time. Let me end off with one single tip. Then again, Sadik sir will be speaking on the same, elaborate every point. So measure what works and refines your approach as you go. You should monitor. There was some disturbance. I'm sorry. Okay, you should monitor where your customers are coming from in order to measure whether your marketing activities are successful or not. You have to maintain each and every data. So don't be afraid to experiment. Refine your approach if something is not working and focus more time on the activities that achieve the best results. This is from my side. Over to Mr. Sadiq Khan. Sir, you have to unmute yourself, sir.
Yeah, Khizer, I'm in. So with this, Khizer, I'll talk on this, but I would like you guys to ask me more questions. I can be more uh, elaborate in the directions which you guys think is important. But of course, when I have to start about business and business development, let's talk about business as a whole, because if you're talking, this is for the people who are doing business or who are starting business or who are already into an existing business and they want to know how to take it ahead in much higher level. If that is what is a seminar for, so we need to first understand what is business for us. Most of us think business is that I'm not working for someone else, okay, and that is business. Possibly, if you have a grocery store, it cannot be called a business. It is also called as self-employment, because I'm not working for someone else. I'm working for me. So that's not a business. A business is a concept where you actually don't work at all, and you have people to work. You have a concept which you build, and there's a structure, and that's what is called as a business. People sometimes mistake the word business as, if at all I'm buying certain things from the market, I'm selling it on the other side, I say it's my business. So if I'm basically a vegetable vendor, it's not my business. I'm self-employed. I just buy it from one place, but I still have to give my time. I have to get up in the morning and go and come back and do that. If I'm running an institute, I still have to work. That's not a business. That's a self-employment. So let's talk about business as such. Business is something what Reliance is doing, or let's say what Bill Gates is doing, or what big companies do, where we have a structure, we have people who come in, we have a dream, we have a concept, and we create a system and the system runs by itself whether I'm there or when I'm not there. So that exactly is the idea of business. So that's first thing to understand. So now, if I have to classify business, we can tell based on what business and how we can improve it with time. So overall, to people who have started business, who want to start business, who want to experiment this line of business, okay, it's very important what I'm speaking now. The only way you can get rich or to cross a line of, I call this to be a beautiful line where there are only two kind of people who live. They live above this line and they live below the line. The people who live above the line are the people who can own anything anytime they want. They can take a holiday anytime they want. These are the people who actually set the trend, the class, and all those things. Okay, they have the freedom of expressing, living life. And the people who below, I'm not degrading anyone, so let's keep that point in mind that I don't be offending anyone. People who are below the line are the people who copy them. For example, if I say there is any celebrity who has a different kind of a car, and we all try to follow that style. They try to wear different type of clothes, or they have a dialogue. For example, we had this movie called Gajni, and in the movie, Amir Khan had a mark here. So many of the kids were actually shaving their head and put a mark here. I mean, that's very interesting. Though it is just a mark here, they shave it off. They just wanted to copy the hero Gajni. So that's what is called people who are living below the line, who would always mock happiness to the people who are actually living there. For example, we all go to party because there are parties happening at that level, and people actually party there because they have to socialize, and that's how it works. Or we at the weekend, because since everyone is partying, we basically mock it. Though we have a lot of work to do, though we have a job to take, we make sure that we party on these lines and we try to mock. Possibly, if I have a Maruti car, I would actually paint it like Ferrari, and I just feel Ferrari with the Maruti car because I cannot afford it. But I still want to feel it. I want to feel that. I put a lot of stickers of Ferrari on my Maruti car, and I go, I'm not degrading Maruti again. But exactly what I classify two people as: people who live above the line and the people who below the line. And people who below the line, they try to feel like the people above the line, and we just feel it. We wear like that, we copy that, we talk like that, we use dialogues like that. We actually keep their posters in our room and wardrobes, and we feel like, okay, this is how we are. And we watch them on the television screen and the movie screens, and we feel like heroes and heroines, and we get into the character and feel it. Yes. So these are the two category of people: the people who are above and below. And to reach that above line, the only way we can do is business. That's why we're talking about business today. You get employed and you cannot do it. Nowhere ever in life with an employment you can reach a fortune. You cannot, because you're only given that much of money which you need to live for 1 month. And if you don't work for the next month, you can't pay your bills. You can't. Even if your salary is like 1 lakh rupees a month, you can hardly save like 30, 40,000 a month with all your expenses of that particular level of living. So in a year, you can just save like 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs rupees. That's it maximum. In 10 years, you save like 30 lakhs. In 20 years of your work, maybe you can save like, that's it, maybe like 1 crore rupees. So you exchange your lifetime for 1 crore rupees, working really hard for the whole lifetime, maybe 30 years of work, because you start working after 30. So with this simple math calculation, you can never be rich. And there are people who make 1 million rupees in a day, single day's time. And that one day and that one lifetime is such a big difference, because these are into business, and employment would never, ever, ever make you rich. So what I suggest the young generation, anyone who is at whatever thing, I believe I'll be young till the last day of my life. I am 16 till I die. That's how it should be. So that's the attitude. If you have that, I think you never grow. So the next thing is, you need to give yourself one chance at least to fly. One chance at least to fly, take risk into business. So now we talk about business. I just gave this talk so that people know why to do business first of all, and why not to give up, and why to try at least once in life. Okay. So now, since if you understood what business is, let's go ahead with this. Business can be of maybe you can broadly classify in a couple of types. The first thing is like creating. For example, let's say we talk about Steve Jobs. He just made the whole idea of iPhone and a lot of things. He created something at one part of the world, and the whole world starts buying it. That is important. So if you're a creator and you created something which can solve the problem of the world, you don't have to impress people. You just need to give a quality product, which is solving someone's problem. That is what is the first level of business I can call, which you don't actually have to do anything. You don't have to do marketing also. We just need to make amazing solutions for the society. And that's it. These are the creators. They spend their lifetime to do this. That's a very high intelligent intellect and a lot of hard work as a team who can create this. So when I come to the next part of the business, this business can be what's already existing in the market. Possibly you can talk about the software industries, you talk about education systems, you can talk about colleges, you can talk about BPOs, all these structures. Or maybe a automobile industry, a scooter, a car, a phone industry, like we have MI came up recently, and we have OnePlus came up very recently, and they're actually doing really good. So what are these things? These things are something which are already existing. Now, to become one of the major players in the business of these lines, you need to do new things, or you need to do the same things in a new way. Something which attracts people. They just want to try it once in life. That's it. For example, we had the e-learning industry, and Byju's they got into the market, and this has made it really loud. And okay, anyone, even 1% people in India wanted to try the alternative learning system of Byju's. 1% people. I'm talking about out of 100 crore people, 130 crore people. Even 1 crore people just tried this. Okay. Out of that, let's say 20 crore students are that. Even in that 1% people tried it. So this business will give you like millions and millions and millions of dollars. It means you just made it. So get something new in the market, or just add something interesting to what is existing. You would actually make a fortune immediately. These are the tips. This is how I'm coming from the top to the next. So the third one, the level of business would be to, of course, that becomes again you're in the race. You have like 10 people running, and you have to run along with them, and you have to really work hard. And there where it comes that you keep your customers happy. You need to work hard, and you need to keep running in the race as it goes. And you have immediate competitors, and you have to be in par with them. You have to give services, products, cheap products, competitive products, quality products. So that is a little hard way. You have to keep working throughout life to do this. The last stage I can say business is all about, if it is self-employment you're talking about, yeah. So that can be the last category of business. We can say it is self-employment. That's it. So this is how I classify business. I would really tell people that you don't have to definitely impress people, but you can spend all the time working on the product and make the product quality so high that people cannot reject it. First thing. And of course, as Khizer said, very, very, very important is people should know what you did. If no one knows what you did, then you don't exist for people. So that's where the marketing comes. As Khizer said, it's really, really important. All your points, Khizer, very valuable information what you give to expose the product. People should get used to what you're doing. So one of the philosophies what Steve Jobs followed was this: when they asked him, when he created computers, at that time computers were just very boring, and they were just used in the office purposes, and no one actually liked computers. So when they asked Steve Jobs, like, what are you planning to do? He said, I would make a computer available in everyone's house. That will be called as a personal computer. And this was his thought, his dream, that a computer should be a commodity, a personal commodity, like a very personal thing, like a wallet for you use or a purse for you use. So today, everyone cannot live. No one can live without a computer in hand. That's your phone, which is a computer, which is an amazing computer, right? It's called a personal computer itself. It just came up pretty small in your hand. That was his dream. So when they asked him, how would you do this? He said, I would create something and I'll make people use it and I'll make people want it. They should get used to my product. They should get addicted to the product. And it should be so important that they cannot live without it. And then I don't have to sell it. It'll sell by itself. So now to people who really want to make a difference, create something and expose it and give it to people and let people start using it. If it becomes part of their life and they cannot exist without it, and that's it, they will look for you. They will look for the solutions from you and you can do business. So of course, bringing your work to the market is really important. So for that, you need to be genuinely hardworking and create amazing level of products. It's not cheating. It's not that you call someone and sell something which they don't like. If you do that to 100 people, these 100 people will put your company down because every person is connected to at least 1,000 people. That's how the network works. So every individual in this world is connected to at least 1,000 into 1,000. It's almost close to 1 million people. So don't underestimate the power of one person who will promote your product. And also that one person will say, okay, I don't like this thing. If I say, I don't like this product, I would tell it to 1,000 people and they would hear from me and tell to another 1,000 people. It means you did negative marketing for 1 million people immediately. So you spoil one customer. You don't say it is just one customer. It is not one customer. It is 1 million people on earth who don't believe in your work. So this mathematics is very, very interesting. And if you impress one customer, it means you impress like at least 1 million people and they would actually have a feeling of trying your product. That's what I think marketing is all about, Khizer, my point of view. And what you added was amazing. Okay, that's what business is for me. As we go ahead, we'll talk more about how we can develop. So I really want you guys to ask me in particular direction, because if I speak about business, I can speak for like say 10 days without stop. So there's so much to talk on that. So I would like you guys to ask me in a particular direction where existing people have problems. I can explain that. Yeah, Khizer.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sadik. We have a couple of questions from the social media.
Yes.
And here is a career related question for you. There's a student who just completed his 12th standard, 12th grade, and he wants to become a photographer, but his parents are forcing him to do engineering. So he says, how can he handle this? Can you please put some light on it?
Of course. What is his name? And any names, no? The media? Okay, anyway, I'll refer. Not a problem. See, photography is an amazing career. But now see, again, what happens, the fear of parents is if you become an engineer, you will somehow make 30, 40,000 bucks and you can live your life. And all these career oriented courses are fear driven. They are security and fear driven. And they've been so much fed in the mind of the parents and the students and the schooling system that people are scared. They are scared to even look beyond it. Okay. And for that, I can only say that it is very difficult to change the mind of the parents, of course, yes. And sometimes kids are so weak because they don't economically independent. In India, especially, they don't even have the right to even talk about their dreams because they're not supposed to. Most of the times, parents will be living their kids' life. They'll say, "I want you to do this because it's my dream," and the kids would live on it for let's say 25 years, another 10 years, and then they were lost themselves. So India is in the place where parents live their kids' life almost because they didn't live their life, or sometimes, or they have a dream which they didn't complete, and they put it on their kids, and they want them to be like this. One of the options. Second option is because of the fear. They want people to do things because everyone is doing it and it gives you some basic stability. Okay, that's a difficult concept to explain to parents, but to solve the issue, you have to sit down and take a statistics just to make your parents understand. Take the statistics of all the engineers who are there right now, and how many thousands of engineers, how many lakhs of engineers do come out every year, and how many of them actually got a job is the question, first thing. And what is the quality of engineers coming out, second thing. And if you are one of the engineers and which you don't like to be what you're doing, your possibility of not getting a job than getting a job, very important. Third thing, they should understand that, yeah, any alternate career is important. It can be built. Your parents may not have understood this concept. They would only have seen those engineers who got it and who got a job, but they wouldn't have seen so many thousands of engineers. They don't know anything about what they did. They just passed. And that's how the courses are also. There's so many colleges, they teach you nothing. And in fact, you can just sit and study for 10 days, you can pass your engineering exams. Very easy. Very, very easy. Just a pattern, you by heart, you understand, you go write the exams, you pass. It doesn't mean that you can create something or you can solve a problem in the company. Any engineer who gets into the company, they put him under training for so many months or years at least, so that they can become something useful. So it's all about this. This concept, whoever asks this question, they should discuss it really open with their parents. See, it doesn't mean that I become an engineer, I get a job. I think today, India has got the most heaviest unemployment rate. There are so many engineers I see who are driving autos sometimes. They're unhappy about it. First of all, I get to a feeling that I'm an engineer. Then how can I work anything else? Like how can I be a salesman? How can I be a photographer? Because I'm an engineer. I have an attitude right now. Unless I get a job of my level, I would not work. So they go into depression. They go into unemployment zone. On the other side, the person who is good at taking photographs, you can just take a portfolio of some people just before the marriage, or so many people who just want to have the photographic done. They get paid like $2,000 for like say 2 hours time, and if they just do it good, they would have made lot of money, even without finishing their professional career. If you're just good at your art, you can make so much money, in fact. So this is what is to be understood and to be explained to the parents. Don't blame your parents because they don't know this. You never spoke to them, and no one else spoke to them, and they never thought about it. So you're expecting a mind of a parent which doesn't have anything in head to understand you, and that's the wrong thing. You should make an effort to make them understand the equation, the mathematics of professional and passion. Passion can be amazing. Okay, I hope you answered questions right. So communication is really, really important. Parents are also not uh, people who know everything. They're also limited with their own ideas and thoughts. First, tell them, and they would be your strength. Don't go against them. They are your strength. These are the people who will feed you. These are the people who will support you, stand by you, pay your fees, stand by when you fall because they already lived their life. You need them. Parents are not weakness. They are your strength. But anyone, for that sake, they should understand why they're doing it. So I think this is exactly how we can solve this problem. Yeah, I mean.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I hope the answer has been understood by the audience well. And there's
Yes.
one more question. This is from Akshay Singh, and he's asking, what should be our aim for business development?
Huh. So, as Khizer said, I think your aim for the business development is, first of all, choose a business which does not limit itself. For example, if I have a let's say grocery store, let's take an example, or a restaurant. My range of business is like say 2 kilometers maximum, because no one would come traveling more than 2 kilometers to my store to buy grocery. It's not possible at all by any chance. That all depends on kind of business you're doing. So first of all, the people who really want to grow high and big in business don't have an outer limit to your business. For example, if you talk about Amazon, I mean they don't have a geographical limitation that it only work with 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. This business is like it's throughout the world. It can just expand. Yes. So that's the first criteria for the development. Okay, because any business has got a saturation point, which has got a geographical limit or a customer limit. If I talk about even a restaurant, how many people can just walk in and have food in my restaurant? Maybe 5 kilometers people can travel. And more than that, I think they will have another restaurant pretty similar to their place, near to their place. So it means there is a saturation limit for my business. So first criteria is to not choose a business which has got a limit of saturation. Second criteria is you can't expect customer to come to you now. You need to go to the customer. This is how you can develop the business. So it means you need to reach them and tell them you don't have to worry, be there. And that's what's happening in today's world. You have food at home, you have products at home, whatever you have education at home, you have doctors at home. You just need to call, okay, I have an app, okay, I can actually have me diagnosed, and the doctor comes. Hospital at home, people actually come home, treat you, and go back. So now this is what it is. The equation of business is changing now. The customer would not come to you. Find ways that you can reach them. And that's the second point. The first point was to not have a limited area of your business. If you get saturated, you'll get competition and you will not grow after a point. Development is keep growing every day. Second thing is people are not coming to you anymore. It's all gone. Today, even we're talking like this seminars used to happen when people used to come to our place. They had to pay. And I would come and speak. And there was an entry fee. There was a limitation of transportation, limited seats, and people come, they sit, talk. No, it is not that. Anyone in the world can actually watch me speak. So now we are going to people. Exactly. Isn't it? The webinars never used to happen. Thanks to Corona, we understood that it's possible. Yes. And now that's the second secret of development. No one is coming to you. Put this in head. The faster you can start reaching people, you can expand your business. That's business development. Of course, the third thing, as I said before, make your product so beautiful that they just love it, and there's nothing a flaw into that. And I can't say that there's perfection reached. Perfection can never be reached. So you need to have a development R&D system into your business, whichever business you do. Every day, you need to check your own stuff and see what is happening in the world. And if you still are the best in the world, see how you can improve your product from yesterday to today, so that you are in the future, you're not in the past, and you will not get a competition and kill you tomorrow. So there's a third thing which I say for business development. Make sure that you have a R&D done. You have a feedback and checking mechanism of your own product, whatever the product is. Even if you're making biryani, you should be able to make like 1,000 types of biryanis, a little change in the taste. And the day you don't grow from yesterday to today, then you're done. Someone will actually beat you up. So that's the third thing I say in business development, of course. I think that should be it. Of course, the rest of the points is about marketing. How do you expose it? The social media, the media, basically, things like that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sadik. And this question was from Akshay, as I said. I hope you have also well understood Sir's points. And there's one more question from the audience here in the chat box I just read. It's from Karthik. And he is asking if we are already in a profession, we have already chose one, but we want to switch on to the another one, but we are unable to do it because of the family pressures. So what is the remedy that we can opt for?
Okay, see, I'll give two types of answer for this. One is more philosophical answer, and another one, of course, and you have to comparatively think the market point of view. Philosophical answer would be this. Akshay, right? Karthik, yeah. Karthik. Yeah. The idea is, Karthik, you come alone in this world and you die alone and you just live your life. You as a whole, as a person, is an individual who gets into this world. Your family is responsible to bring you into this world. Okay? Yes. And of course, since they are with you, they nourish you, they give you the place to live and grow. And you have your duties towards them. Of course, I believe this. But they cannot die with you. You cannot die with them. They can't live your dreams and you can't live their dreams. Yeah, we can share the dreams after we have a victory. So if you decided to do something and if you're sure and if you believe into it, most of the people in this world who created the world, they had to walk alone. They had to go against themselves and the people who are attached to them, because they are more scared about you that you actually get into mess. It is not their fear, but I can also call it to be their concern. That what if you lose, like say, 10 years time doing something new, and you end up doing nothing. And if you end up doing nothing, then you just lost your whole life, and you don't have a social, you don't have a family, then you don't have money, then you don't have anything, then you would be like poor, and they would not like to see you like that. So that is a fear. Okay, once you cross this fear, and once you believe that, of course, I can do this, and have courage, have that courage that, okay, I need to do this. I live or I die. I need to do this. Okay, that is 1% people who did it, and those are the people. Maybe out of 1%, half of them didn't succeed. Okay, but if you have the courage that I have one life, then I won't live it like this. Yeah, I die on the way. It's okay with me because I just tried. Okay, that's what is business. It's not that you go work and you get money. No, it is not business. Business is living beyond fear. I either complete, I reach where I'm supposed to reach, or I die on the way. Both I'm happy. If you have that attitude, start walking on that. You don't need anyone. You don't need family for that. And you need to know how to live alone, cook alone, eat alone, sleep alone, and be alone where no one is standing by you. If you have that courage, start business. It's not for everyone. It's not for people who are scared. Not at all. So if you're not scared, I don't think so. You need anyone to start a business. And if you want to shift your career,
Sir, can I
possibly,
ask
yeah.
one thing? So the
Yes, of
thing
course.
is
Who's
like,
this?
if a person, my name is Karthik. My question is
Yeah,
like,
Karthik.
if a person is doing some other work, for example, he opted for some job and he wants to do some kind of business, and in his job he is
Mhm.
doing well, he's earning in what we say, suppose he is earning a good pay per month,
Mhm.
more than a lakh,
Mhm.
and he has
Mhm.
job security there, and he also loves his
Mhm.
family, and he wants to do some kind of business, but he is not able to do that because he knows ki if I will go to business, I might not get these much amount which I'm getting, the financial security which I was talking about. So,
Yes.
how to motivate yourself? I know you have to believe in yourself, but firstly, you
Yes.
have to see this also, because how will you earn your bread and butter?
Right, Karthik. See, in fact, good you actually came up and asked this. When I speak to a lot of people into the same zone, okay, I know professionals who are making more than 1 lakh, 2 lakh a month. Um, and their fear is that I want to do business. I want to grow much richer. I want to pursue my passion. But yes, of course, I need to have a financial security. So you're talking about two things parallelly. It's exactly what I said. Business is a different game. It's like you jump from a cliff, and on the way, you build a parachute or a plane and fly. Okay? You don't make a plane. It's simply like this: you don't see water and you learn swimming from outside the water. You got to jump inside that. And you cannot be on the land, which is more secure because it's a job, it gives you money and bread and butter. And you can't get inside the ocean and swim at the same time. This is practically a not possible thing. Most of the people wait for this, okay? And they wait for this and they think they will run the system parallelly. And sometimes you're lucky because, yeah, it works off. Yeah, most of the times it may not be lucky. Any business needs 24 hours of your time and undeviated focus for you to excel in something. If it is a really highly required uh, kind of a business, if it is an average business that you just invest something and it keeps making money and you can with time you can grow it, that's, I think you can do that kind of a business together. Possibly with your job, you can hire some people for 30,000 bucks and train them according to what you want to do. This can be the best solution. Start the business, invest, don't leave your job, and out of your 1 lakh rupees salary, take 70,000
Sir,
rupees and give it to the business. Yeah,
my one
right.
question is, suppose just asking a situation based question here, that
Mhm.
suppose you are doing some kind of job, you're earning 1 lakh rupees, and you have a family, you're running the family, and but you are not happy, you want to do some kind of business. but you also love your family, and you know if you'll go to business, you can take risk for yourself, but you can't take risk for your whole family. That was my main concern, because we are
I'll answer that.
directly or
I'll,
indirectly, this thing affects us.
right. I'll answer that, Karthik. What you can do from the present situation is take money from your salary. For maybe you have 1 lakh rupees, take 75,000 rupees and buy another person like Karthik who can actually work very hard, who's talented enough. Because he will work for salary as you are working for some other business. They also look for a job. Get him, hire him, pay him, and train him to do what you want to do. So what happens is maybe half of your money, more than half of money goes into developing the business. You are still secure working, and 30,000 should be enough for you to maintain your family and be out of the risk. Tomorrow the business goes on a loss. There's one Mr. X who's taking care of your business. He's giving his 24 hours time, and there is a possibility the business can run. But you need to pay him very, very good and train him and buy a resource as good as you or much better than you. Appoint him there. Okay. And you be safe on your zone, because this is the only possibility you can do it. There is no other possibility. You cannot get inside both the systems. It is not possible. What you can do is focus on your family and your job and be there, be secure, and hire someone who needs a job much younger than you. Train him, give him that energy to run the business. He will take risk for you. Most of the business, see, Ambani is not running all the 1,000 outlets. Who's running it? Who's running all the big companies? Managers, of course, CEOs, people like us who want to work for a company. We are giving our whole life. And who are we growing? We are growing the business. Just imagine everyone quit some Reliance company. They will actually close down tomorrow because Mukesh Ambani, Anil Ambani, they can't go work in every store. They can't, right? You need to hire people, pay them well, train them well, and they will do the job. That's the business mentality. You cannot do everything yourself. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Take a risk of your at least your salary. You're not losing a job. Pay the money. There's no choice. Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderfully answered, Sadiq sir. Wonderfully answered, sir.
Also, we have Asma Ansari from the audience who has raised her hand. So,
Mhm.
Asma, is there anything that you want to ask?
Good morning, everyone. So
Hey,
my
good morning, Asma.
question is, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Okay. My question is, so many people, so many youngsters these days don't know what they want to do in their career. So how to
Mhm.
choose right career at right time? My question is that.
Asma, good you asked this question. See, I have sympathy towards all the whole generation because this education system and the fear system and the society has already spoiled your 20 years, 25 years time. I'm sorry for this. That's how we right now, this is the question happen. I mean, most of us will ask after we finish our education, stand, okay, what am I supposed to choose? I don't know. You were never allowed to do choose anything. If you remember, I asked Ayman, why did you go to school? She didn't know it. Even I didn't know it. Okay, I didn't know it basically. So none of us knew why we actually did so much of work all these years. Okay. Now the answer for your question is this: you need to start learning about the different types of things which are there in on Earth basically, and then start learning about the people who are running those systems. Okay, and see their lifetime, read about how they pursued their careers, and see where you connect your heart to. First thing, then see the kind of skill sets you have, and what those people who are running those businesses also have. Are they having the same skill sets? Okay. Third thing is, does that whatever career it is, maybe it can be a lawyer, it can be a doctor, it can be a businessman, it can be a restaurant, it can be anything, it can be a barber, it can be whoever, it can be a chef. Okay, check whether you love doing that. Okay, and then you start reading about people who are doing that in an excellent way, and they see that are you that person? Do you resonate with that person? There's qualities and the talents and the skills. And if you like a job, would you like to work on to those skills to develop it, and how much time you have? So you may take another 2 3 years to do this. Do it. It's okay. It's always nice to walk on a path which is a right path, which will lead you somewhere, than to just walk on some path and take a U-turn, come back again, walk on another path, take a U-turn, come back again. And after a couple of U-turns, you'll say, okay, fine, I give up. I compromise. What I'll do is I'll make money and I'll make my children do this because this is my dream. And again, the cycle follows. And you will have your own children asking the same question after 25 years. What am I supposed to do? Because you would have told them to do so many things which you wanted to do. So we're messing up every generation like this. Okay. So if you want to break this chain, if you want to cross the line above the basic idea of life, take 3 years time. Study different things which interests you. Then study the people who are doing it. Learn the skills they have and see whether you can actually do it better than them, equal to them, somewhere close to them. Okay. Start your life after 3 years. It's okay, but don't take a U-turn. You got it, Asma? I hope I answered your question. It is not easy, Asma. It is not regular. People will laugh at you. They'll say, what stupid are you talking about? You'll waste 3 4 years time? Say yes. Tell yes. Because you don't know when you die. You may die after 100 years, or you may die after 3 years also. So taking 3 years time to do what you want to do, choose what you want to do, that you don't get bored, it's very, very, very important. Okay? Yeah, this
Okay,
can be the
but
process to choose the career.
but some people don't know what they want to do. Actually, they don't want to do anything. It's not about me, but I have seen some people.
See, the people who don't want to do anything, other people should not do anything. They should actually live their life like that. Okay? Today's session is for people who want to do something and how to do that thing. If you talk about the 90% people who work for others are the people who don't want to do anything. Just imagine if those people were not there, you can't start a business. I can't start a business. And who will work for me then? Correct? So that distribution of energy is also important. All right? You cannot put energy into people. All right. See, look at this. If you talk about, let's say, I'm just taking an example of people whom we know. If you talk about Shah Rukh Khan, he actually struggled for 33 years. He had no money to pay his rents also. But he didn't take up a job, right? He worked really hard. You can't tell Shah Rukh Khan to go sit quiet. Even today, he works 18 hours a day. Not necessary. And there are people, let's say we talk about Anil Ambani, who's the son of Dhirubhai Ambani. Mukesh is doing amazing. But Anil actually flopped. I mean, he could not even run a business after that high level of backup. It means it was not there in Mr. Anil. It was there in Mr. Mukesh. Though you had an amazing backup, you could not, isn't it? If you want to go back into history and see, there were kings, who had a kingdom, and their children actually spoiled it because even though they had a kingdom, they could not protect it. And someone who's just a good warrior, he could come and overtake the whole industry because he was hardworking. We can take the example of Mr. Modi. He came up with a very humble background. They could defeat Congress, which is a 70-year-old party, which is a rich party, but he had an ambition. He was working hard. Where Rahul Gandhi now is doing maybe good, but he had a different attitude, a lazy attitude. He lost his kingdom. He lost his 70-year-old party. It's a very good example, I'm telling you. Isn't it? Can you help Mr. Rahul? No, you can't. Though he was rich, having an amazing party for 70 big years, he was defeated by a person who was selling tea somewhere because he wanted to and he didn't want to. Okay? I hope you answered the question. It is not for people who are lazy, we are trying to give them business. It is for people who want to do business we are talking today about. All right, good. Good, Asma.
I have loved the examples. They were very interesting, I would say. We have had rulers, dynasties and dynasties of rulers, but we
Yes.
cannot help when they themselves cannot hold that up. And
Yes.
definitely, if they don't have the desire, if they don't wish to do those things themselves, then we are nobody to help them, right? We can only help all those people who are genuinely working for it, who want to do that thing, whatever they're
Yes.
striving for. So thank you so much, Mr. Sadik. And we have another question which is directed to Khizer sir. And this question is from Shruti Mishra. And this question says that this pandemic has affected my business a lot. I am into teaching. What can I do? We are facing a lot of problems. So, Khizer sir.
I can tell them to come online. As sweet, as simple as that. They can come online. They can start off with e-learning. They can contact us. We'll be helping them out. Mr. Sadiq Khan is also there. We'll be dropping our email ID, our contact numbers, and all. They can get in touch with us. They can start off e-learning, in fact. Or else there are many third-party companies which are offering e-learning jobs and all for teachers. One-to-one jobs. You have to pay for that. They can contact us. We'll be helping them out.
Khizer sir, are you on mute?
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
now
yes.
you are.
Okay. My one and only tip for Shruti, right, is
Yes,
come online. Start online classes. E-learning is come now due to this pandemic. There are many companies who are giving jobs to teachers like White Hat Junior. There are other companies also. They can get in touch with us. We'll try to solve their problem. We have Mr. Sadiq Khan, who is also an entrepreneur who is into e-learning, who has set up a nice BPO now for Open Minds app. When he can help them out, we'll be dropping our contact numbers and email IDs on chat box. They can get in touch with us. Sadiq sir, do you want to add
sure.
anything to this?
Uh, yeah. Uh, Khizer, I would actually add something to this also and from the previous question too for Asma. But for right now, for teachers, Shruti, see, the industries do change, Shruti, and I think teaching industry would change very drastically. Okay, you need to understand this that now people are used to learning online. They didn't believe it before. Neither parents believe nor students believe that actually we can learn without teachers. And because of the pandemic situation, things have changed. And if you want to be in the business, and if the only skill you know is teaching personally or with classes, then I'm telling you that the industry may be at risk. There are so many industries which shut down with time. Okay, there were a lot of industries like say maybe pages were there, like phones were there, and telephones were there. The landline phones were there. They all got shut down completely. There were so many businesses which the whole thing collapsed, and the new system has come up. So the only idea is if you don't flow with the tide, you would be left behind. So now what you have to do is see how you can adapt to what is changing. If you don't, then you will be left behind. First thing. Otherwise, look for another career which is happening. And trust me, when kids can learn and they have a dream that they can actually pursue something, you are already lived once. You can go back like a student, take 3 years time to do any degree. You just take 3 years time. That's what they do basically. Take 3 years time, find an alternate profession, get into a degree or a course which actually equip you to do start something else. If you're a teacher, then learn how to code, become a software engineer. Very simple. Spend 4 years time, go back to college, learn it, and come back and start applying for jobs, and you get it. You don't have to do only teaching because you know only how to teach. No, it is not that. That's what I can say. Um, for Asma, I just want to add one last thing for the thing which you asked me because it will not complete my talk otherwise. See, this world, Asma, is like one beautiful uh, place. Okay, and it is always beautiful and young. Let me compare it to a beautiful girl. Okay, since I'm a man, so I would do that. For you, you can take it as an amazing, handsome guy. Okay, so this world is like one beautiful girl for me, and all the men on earth would like to have that beautiful woman, like an angel. But only those people would gain or get with them who have the capacity. Everyone can dream about that beautiful girl, but everyone cannot reach her unless they work hard for it. So this is exactly how the world is. Okay. The world is always beautiful. It was beautiful. It will be beautiful, right? And the man who's got the courage to fight for it, hard work, and get there to her, that is world, earth, business, money. That is beauty. They have fun there, correct? And people who are lazy can just have a photograph of that and think, okay, I would see her and I will be happy. And it is not for them because they need to work hard for it. Okay, Asma? That can be my one line answer for what you asked. You cannot help people who cannot work hard. Just leave them alone. Yeah, Ayman, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your beautiful examples, I would say. Your explanation definitely has been very, very elaborate. I have understood myself. I had a lot of queries as well, but all of them have been answered by you
Beautiful,
simultaneously
beautiful.
while you were answering the questions for others. So a big
Yes,
thank you. And we are now
yes.
moving towards the end of the session. And Kaiser sir, thanks to you as well. Uh, you, the director and founder of Khizer Technologies, thank you so much. And anything that you would like to say, Mr. Khizer?
Any questions from the audience side? Any questions? No questions. Sadik sir, thank you so much,
Yeah,
sir.
I think
As
Asma
usual.
wanted to ask a question. She raised her hand. I think she got a
Yes.
chance.
Not a question, a contradiction, you can say.
Oh,
You were
beautiful. Come
talking
on.
about hard work, right? So there is a thing,
Yes.
people call it luck, right? So
Mm.
many people work hard and they doesn't get what they want to get. So
Mm.
what is your opinion on that?
Good question, Asma. See, luck is one thing which a lot of people believe that I'm from lucky, I'll get it, isn't it? And 99% of the time, people who are hardworking and talented are lucky. I'll tell you why it is. Okay, it's like let's suppose I'll just give a small example. You and I both are just walking along some road where we have a lot of stones, and in those stones there are also diamonds. Okay, all right, so keep it like this. So both of us are walking basically, and everything is shining there. There can be glass pieces also, there can be stones also, there can be precious stones also, there can be ordinary stones also. Well, I suppose you are a person who has learned into stones and diamonds, and you know how to recognize them. I'm illiterate. I don't know anything because I didn't work hard on it. Okay, we both are walking on the same road. We both saw something. Okay, I kicked one amazing diamond because I didn't know what it is diamond or not. Okay, you knew it's a diamond. You just picked it up. Or in fact, I picked up stones and I gave it to you. One of them was a diamond, and you would become lucky because you know what is a diamond. I don't know what diamond is. So people who can see opportunity can take it up, and they are lucky. Unless you're born to a very rich family and you have already have certain things. Even if you're born to a king, you may lose your kingdom because you're not worth it, or you didn't do hard work, or you're not intelligent. Someone else will come and take it and go from you because you're not capable of handling even what is given to you. So hard work is always important. Even though you're lucky, you got amazing parents, you have a good backup, everything, but you would lose it, dude, if you're not capable of holding it. So hard work plays a role. Even if you're lucky, to continue your luck, you need to be hard work. Otherwise, someone will take it. This world is no one's. Okay, no man's land. This is. It is only for those people who can afford to hold it and own it. Okay. I hope you answered the question.
Okay, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
So much now for your questions, and thank you so much, Mr. Sadik and Mr. Kizair.
Mm.
Let's this is one word of thanks from my side, and then we would end the session. This has been a great opportunity again for me to be here working with Mr. Kizair and Mr. Sadik again. Thank you so much, Mr. Kizair and Sadik. And thank you to the audience as well. You have been a great audience, and I have myself enjoyed all your questions. Thank you so much. That's it.
Yes.